hard for everybody. The thing that ripped my life in half had been ripping lives around all over the world, and everybody was dealing, and some people were so scared that what happened to me would happen to them, and there was a lot of stuff going on, so I had to see that.
Right.
And but I also saw that a lot of people that now knew about me were like, what do you got? And I thought, I'm willing, and I was getting shit for trying again, but I'm like, that's okay. It's okay. My rule with that whole thing now is I don't take part in it, and I don't interfere with it. There's a thing about me, I became a symbol for something, which is on me because I made 1 trillion carbon copies of myself and threw them out of a helicopter and said, think whatever you want about me. So when people started to think bad things about me, that's how they use this image. And I can't go around the world and fix that. I can't make people that are mad at me not mad at me anymore. I can't I can't confront this thing on a global level because I'm not a globe. I'm one guy, and trying to live that way was what got me in trouble in the first place, and the damage is done, and I can't fix that. But what I can do is be a good man to my friends, on a one-to-one. I can shake one hand at a time. I can be a good father, and I can take care of myself. I can constantly try to revise what I think is right and wrong, not depend on it, but just keep asking myself, because I thought I was a good guy, and a lot of moments where I wasn't. And I have to go back and go, that wasn't okay. And try to make amends when I get an opportunity. And it was really confusing to do all that. And then you can cut it out if you don't want it said on the air, but you told me about this program. You told me about SLAA and about a 12-step approach to what I was suffering from. And
I was so amazed that you didn't have some of the familiarity with it. I think.
I never heard of it, and I didn't think it was for me at all. You told me about it, and I was like, that's not for me. And
you become such a role model to me through that program, man. You become like somebody that, like, when you talk, I listen. When you want to know how I feel, I know you mean it. When you yeah, man, I mean, you become like just a real role model to me, You become somebody that I aspire to be able to get through some of the problems that I have because I've seen you get through them, man.
Well, look at that, Theo, because you brought me into this shit.
It's crazy.
So it's like, if you reach out to somebody that's on the outside and take their hand and pull them in, they can end up teaching you something. And it's the same for me because like when I loved having you I wouldn't have gone into it if I didn't know somebody. And then, by the way, you took me behind this curtain. I was like, I know a bunch of these guys. Yeah. I had no idea. But I remember, to get specific for a second, there was one point in my life where when I got into this program where I was like in what we call withdrawal. So I was like, this crazy idea to me, don't have sexual release for several months in a row. Since I first fucking came clear liquid. I've done it every day.
Yeah.
And then what that did to the relationships in my life and my inability to feel real feelings, and then the kind of reckless behavior and the things I did with other people that came out. But there was a point where I was like, okay, so just don't at all. And the thing I loved about it's like a time that's so important.
I remember when you were doing that, I was like, dang.
Yeah, because I would call you.
This dude's going deep.
Yeah, and you're like, how long has it been? And I'd say 2 months since I jerked off. And you would go, what's it like out there, man? And when you said that, I think about that all the time. What's it like out there, man? It was like I'm an astronaut who cut from the court and I'm just out. And that's what it started to feel like. I got out of the gravitational pull. I got out of the cycle. Because every time you want something and you get it, you just go back to square one. You keep going back to just nothing.
That's my cycle. Has just been for years I was texting women, right? And let's meet up sometime. And we would never meet up, right? And it got to a certain point in certain years, I didn't even know if we knew who each other were anymore.
Right.
But we would both. I meet almost every day. Shall we meet up this week?
Yeah.
For years, but just little moments of trying to get approval, right?
Yes.
And then going back to and the group isn't everybody's not everybody maybe people have some perversion stuff, but a lot of it's just like kind of pornography, intimacy disorders, like inability to connect. It's not like,
well, it's huge. When you do the steps, you learn how you got to where you are, and you learn what in your history made you this way.
Yeah.
And you get some guidelines for trying to undo it. And the thing about going through withdrawal is that by not pressing the reset button, you go to a new place every day.
Yeah.
Every day you don't do it, you're in a new place, you feel new feelings. And I started realizing that my feelings, my actual emotions were coming online for the first time really in my life. And I saw everything really differently. And I saw that everything that had happened with me was because of me. And by the way, that's great news because that means you could do something about it.
right.
And that everyone else is doing what they have to do. And so I had to start like being a man about it. And I can't like prove that to the world. And I
Right.
can't like do, a big gesture. I can just do it in my private life. I can talk to you about it. People can see this, whatever. I have mixed feelings about it. It scares the shit out of me to talk about it.
Yeah.
And that had its own thing. Like I kept thinking, I have to fix this. I have to fix this reputation. I have to go back to where people have at least a neutral feeling about me. And I realized I just can't. And also for some people, the kind of people I probably would want to know, it's happened naturally.
Right. And dude, I was shocked whenever we would hang out that so many people thought that you were like such a pariah or something. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
Louis, like people care, but they don't care that way. You know
Yeah,
what
no,
saying?
I'm
Like,
the last one who gives a shit.
right. And not
Yeah.
even in a bad way, but like,
Yeah, no, I know what you
wouldn't
mean.
even seem like that bad of a guy. You
No.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I don't know. For some people I am.
no, that's a good point. Sorry.
But those, no, it's okay. Those for some people there's
you're a boogeyman.
and that's the way that is. And it's like if I did a movie for Marvel and now I'm on a McDonald's cup you can still get, and I can't really change that. I made the movie. I did that. So, and maybe it's good for those people in some way. I don't know. But
Yeah.
and I don't like the way it affects people in my life and my family.
I know
That's
that.
hard. That's what I still carry, and I can't. But I'm responsible for it. That's the thing. And what it helps me, my past and the way it's still present in the air around me helps me because my life was completely unmanageable and I had no power to change it. And now I've changed it hugely. My life is so different now. I have real love in my life, and but I need to remember like where I was, and I also need to remember what is important, So I'm, and I'm writing. I'm writing novels because I don't jerk off every 15 minutes. It's really all it is. And I don't look at the phone because for a long time the phone was a gun pointing directly at my face. So I completely extricated myself from social media and from scrolling. I haven't scrolled it's a guilty pleasure about once every month I'll go and look. But the chronic looking, it would have killed me to keep looking at it. So I'm so lucky what happened to me because of what I was ejected out of. And also the culture, since this happened with me in 2017, the world has gone completely insane. And I've just been watching. Like, I haven't had to comment about it. I haven't had to pick a side.
Yeah.
I've just been sitting back going like, wow, you guys are, I'm on the bottom of the sea, but I look up and I see, like there's still a full-on fucking battleship royale up there. And once in a while I see a body, like a blue body float down, and I'm like, hey, man, I remember you. Yeah. And he's like, hey. And we're all collecting, and there's more people down here now than there was up there. And it's quiet down here.
Oh.
There's fish and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it is, dude. It is like, I don't know, having a support group and being able to go to meetings and share what's going on. Listen to somebody else say something that just unlocks something in you that you never could have unlocked.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's huge. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like you could spend the rest of your life trying to figure that out, and then suddenly somebody just helped you get to a new place.
One thing I love about meetings is there's like the structure to these meetings, like in any other 12-step program where you get 3 minutes to share, right? And the regiment of that, it's like perfect. It's kind of like the way baseball is perfect. Like someone figured out just the right amount of feet to make that the throw to first is always close.
Yeah.
12-step meetings have like this 3 minutes, and there's a spiritual timekeeper, a guy who just says when you're 1 minute away from finishing,
Yeah.
it says 1 minute, and you acknowledge it, thank you 1 minute, right? There's that thing. But in 2 minutes, you can get really lost into what a guy's saying, and you get to have this moment where like a guy's going like, I keep lighter fluid under my pillow because of the days that my father used to come to my room and I'd want to burn him alive. Thank you, 1 minute. And I like these little interruptions, and because it reminds you, yeah, you're in your shit, but
Right.
wrap it up. There's other guys waiting to talk,
wrap it
and
up.
the world's going around, and it's, that was a long time ago, man. Get over it on some level.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're sharing it, but you only get 3 minutes.
Yeah, dude. It's Monday, brother.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
Monday.
saying?
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking Thursday share.
Yeah, I need to check in some shit about what I did today. So it's hard. The hard thing about being in recovery from addiction, something like what we have, is that you can look at something like pornography, but you're aware now. So
Now you know there's a cost to it.
Yeah, there's a cost, but thank God, because you get so much of life back. And being able to tell another guy like I'm doing this, because there's a lot of shame involved with sex and love, like all this kind of thing. When you tell somebody I'm an alcoholic, people have a lot of sympathy for that.
Yeah.
This one's a little tougher. So you really need the group, because these are a bunch of guys who get it. And so when you tell them, I'm struggling not to do this, the genius of that is just that someone else knows it now. That's
Right.
all. That it's too much for you to carry. At some point, for anybody who's an addict or not, life got to be too much to handle. It just was overwhelming. So you found a way to shift away from it. And thank God you did. Like, thank God I had that when I was a kid. I don't think I could have handled life without this
that's a
thing
good
that was
point.
right there to soothe me.
Yeah, if I didn't have that thing, I found pornography, and then when I would get home, I would look at pornography and stuff like that, because it was a way to make myself feel good. It was like I felt so horrible, and I didn't even know I felt so horrible about myself. I just felt like a fucking cavern, I felt like, I felt like I didn't even want to impose myself on people, because I don't know. Nobody had time for me, right? And so it made me think that I wasn't worth people's time.
Yeah.
So I always just felt like I just couldn't say what I needed to say. I just didn't want to waste your time. I didn't want to waste your time.
I remember that feeling.
Because you would see that I was a waste of, like,
Yeah.
if I could just,
How old were you?
probably 10, 11.
I mean, imagine a 10-year-old kid. Like, look at a 10-year-old kid's face and imagine that he feels like a cavern inside. That's a hard thing to carry. And so you take on this thing that helps you just simplify life.
Right.
I do this. I search, I push, I get to ecstasy. I'm calm.
Right. It's a homeostasis. It regulates me.
It's just regulating.
Right.
And if you're exposed to sex early in life, which I was, in a way that was, that's it. That's what you got. And then later in life, when your feelings are supposed to be developing, they're still under this muffled thing. So they're not developing properly, and you're ashamed of what you're doing.
Yeah.
But the thing about a fellowship, it's just so simple. It's not God. It's not something that's better than you. It's a bunch of guys who just have the same problem. And you're able to just go, I'm having this problem. They go, yeah, I get it. They don't give you a solution. They just go, I know it too now. And you go like, now I got two souls to carry this problem. And I'm there for him when he needs that.
Yeah.
And
It's not a
that
secret.
just makes it a tiny bit easier so that you can go to the alternative, which is, why do I do this thing? It's because I feel like a cavern. And the detaching from the behavior and stopping the thing I couldn't stop doing gave me the opportunity to go, what's in that cave? What's in that? Is there something in that that's worthwhile? Is it how bad is it? What's wrong with the cave? Is it that I'm alone in there? Am I alone in there? It gave me the courage to sit in the cave alone and take a look around and go like, with a little flashlight, man, there's like crystals on the
Right.
roof. It's fucking cool in here.